So this weekend's Abu Dhabi Grand Prix marks the final time that we would see Carlos Sainz driving for Ferrari. He got a very credible second place and put Lando Norris under pressure as Ferrari tried to get their first Constructors' World Championship since 2008. Unfortunately, they fell just short of that, but this year was a very encouraging one for the Scuderia as they head into their future with Sir Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc. But I say that this was the last time that we see Sainz in a Ferrari. Maybe it's not actually, because apparently the boss of Ferrari, who I'm going to guess in this instance is Fred Vasseur, their team principal, has said that the door might well still be open for a return for Sainz in the future. Let's have a look at what's been said here. Full article on the F1Chronicle.com as always. Ferrari is not closing the door on a potential return for Carlos Sainz. To make way for the arrival of Lewis Hamilton, team boss Fred Vasseur told Sainz earlier this year that he needs to vacate his red cockpit at the end of the season. That moment came in Abu Dhabi on Sunday, but Sainz said he focused on remaining as unemotional as possible during the season finale. "I'm not gonna lie," said the Spaniard. "In those last laps, as much as I was pushing like hell for this team, I was already reminding myself to remember how this feels. Because tomorrow and Tuesday, I need to remember why this car is quick in this and that corner and why it does feel good," added Sainz, who is being immediately released to Williams for filming day on Monday and then the official post-season test the following day. "We still have some days in Maranello coming up, but obviously my competitive mind is already looking forward to Monday and Tuesday and how I can make that Williams car faster." The 30-year-old said on multiple occasions in 2024 that as difficult as Ferrari's departure is, he wanted to part on good terms to leave the door open in the future. However, he admitted in Abu Dhabi, "Honestly, I don't know how serious it is that Ferrari would need me in 6, 7, 8 years from now." Team boss Vasseur, however, insisted that the door at Maranello will always remain genuinely open for a potential Sainz comeback one day. "For the future, the door is certainly open for him," he told The Zone. "We've already talked about this a couple times. This is a very small world. There are only 10 teams and only 6 or 7 top drivers, and you never know what can happen in the future. Of course, both Carlos on his side and me on my side have to focus on our projects. But I don't know what will happen in 2027, 8 or 9, Vasseur added. The Frenchman admitted to being left with a strange feeling late on Sunday in Abu Dhabi, with Sainz departing and McLaren beating Ferrari to the Constructors' Championship, despite both Ferraris being on the podium. "I don't know if I'm proud, but it is true that we've improved a lot compared to last year in all areas, and the dynamic is positive, but it's difficult to end like this," said Vasseur. Charles Leclerc, meanwhile, drew a close to his working relationship with Sainz by hitting back at the latest suggestion that the pair are in acrimony. Early in Abu Dhabi, Leclerc said he would not miss Sainz as a teammate. "I've seen a lot of these false headlines in the past few days," Leclerc insisted on Sunday. "My words were not put in the right context. When I said I wouldn't miss Carlos, I only did that because he will be just 20 meters away. I had an incredibly good relationship with Carlos. He is such a good person and we have a very good relationship," he added. "It's normal that we have our frictions on the track, but of all these things, ultimately strengthening our relationship to be a good one, and it brought us closer together. We have a lot in common off the track too, and even though he won't be racing in red next year, I'm very sure we'll still continue to spend time together and travel to the races together," said Leclerc. So there you go, guys. So yeah, I mean, they always, they used to say that Ferrari only asks once. Maybe they'll ask a second time with Carlos Sainz, you never know. I wouldn't rule it out either, he's even got like that clause in his contract, hasn't he, Sainz? Like if he gets a call from either Red Bull or Mercedes, then he can be released to go to either one of them. I imagine in the future it could potentially go back to Ferrari. I can imagine he might go potentially back to McLaren one day. If he was a great driver for McLaren in my opinion, although those seats seem to be on lockdown for the very foreseeable future with Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris. But yeah, guys, there we go. Do you think that Sainz will make a comeback to Ferrari one day? Where will he move on after Williams? Because I don't see him sticking around at Williams for too long. I see 2-3 seasons for him there at the most, to be honest, but I could easily be wrong with that. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and of course keep it subscribed to the F1Chronicle.com to see much more content on the world of Formula 1 just like this. Have a good one, guys. See you soon.